Good evening. The holidays are coming up. It's Shabbos tonight. No, I'm not religious. I'm just me. That's all. I just like this stuff. I like it. It feels cozy. Don't you like to feel cozy? Cozy and warm. Wool is good. They chose well. God, you chose well. Wool is good. Next week is what do they call it? Yom Kippur, Rosh Hashanah. Before I get to that, I was thinking of something. There was some company or some scientist that found something that's faster than the speed of light. So I was thinking, I said, you know what? All our lives we've been bouncing off walls, always making jokes about rubber bands. And a rubber band can send something somewhere at the same time, come back and bring something back at the same time. So it could do two jobs with one energy. Okay? It gains the energy inside of itself by the rubber band. The other thing I thought is that the rubber they make tires with, hey man, you go, what, 100, 150,000 kilometers on those tires with all that weight? But imagine you took all that weight off and just used the little tiny pebble of that oil. And if you wanted to push that somewhere, okay, that piece of rubber, okay, if it was in the cold, everything would get hard and would slip and slide. It'd be like hockey. It'd be on the rink, and there would be no trouble. Now, if it became warm outside, okay, and we all know what the temperatures are up to a certain degree, so we have to think of something. How fast, okay, can we send rubble? Excuse me, rubble. Burning rubble. What can we send out up into space and put it on the outside and see at what temperature it burns? Or can we do that down here? Anyways, if it gets really warm, okay, the rubber will get oily and it'll become slick, so that it'll pass. So for me right now, what I learned today right here in front of you is that if you need something that slips and slides in the cold and in the heat, try and use pebbles of rubber of some sort. Maybe it would be useful for something else I do not know yet. I have not thought of it. I don't think of everything. I'm going to show you a little picture. And what I did with this picture is set up 3 boards, okay, of life. No explanation part in it, so the 4th board is not there. That would be in the roulette. And each board was a cube. Instead of being what you normally see of what I show you, I'm always showing you the 9 lives of the cat. I also have to show you how I use the cube. Just one side divided by 4. Okay, because basically there's pi and then there's the reason for 4 to talk about. Okay, so what I have is all I did is A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D. And I'm going to explain it to you, and then I'm going to show you so you can understand what I'm talking about. In the first box, okay, I get A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D in the second box. But in the third box, I get B, C, B, A. Because one of the worlds of the 3 worlds of ours is constantly upside down. The way we always say in Bugs Bunny, he's going down to China. It's an expression because God gave us to understand, to use it somewhere. Is it possible in this world we live, or in the connected universe, that our God is upside down to us? That's why dog backwards is God, and God backwards is God. That's why Laval is Laval both ways. That's why things repeat. And on Jeopardy, before and after, they're telling you. All these game shows, all the rules and regulations of anything you do in life, okay, has been created to make sense, to work out, to be calculated, okay, and it's just a way of God transmitting his message. If you think, like I heard before, the Illuminati sending their messages through rock songs, it's not a new story. It's an old story. They're doing it. Good for them. They think it'll work. It works, so they're doing it. Hey man, people are selling drugs out there on the street. They're doing it. Other people are stealing. There's robbers, there's killers. Everybody's doing something. We're all doing something. Even when you're doing nothing, you're doing something. Something is always filled up with nothing. And nothing always fills up something. So, is it the same? Is it black and white? Anyways, okay, let's get up. I'm going to show you what I came up with now. Now, all I did is fill in the center connection where man's dice, or ABCD, is, with the center of the others. And what I get, okay, is it says DADD, dad, okay. Now, if I extend it, okay, and we only count the underworld and not the overworld, it would say dada. And now if I add the primary world to it, it would say adada. What does it mean, adada? Okay. Anyways, okay, I can show it to you right there. You see, now I didn't explain to you that what's in the middle there, those are hexagons, okay? Those are two-spot hexagons which can be found on the roulette board. There is a design like that on the roulette board. At the same time, okay, I didn't leave any spaces, but if you ever look at how the digital arms, or what do you call it, how the digital lights work, okay, look at this carefully. It's the same thing as the digital. When they make the lines, excuse me, the lines for the numbers, okay, they use this formation. How can I point it out? They use this formation, the indentation over here. Okay? I mean, I'm not showing it to you straight. This world's not straight. This is the angle we're on. This is the reason why it rains this way. Doesn't it look like a footstep the way I put alpha at the bottom, stepping on the floor? It's coming, man. It's really, really crazy. Anyways, another thing I wanted to show you, like, if there was to be another war, what would they call that war? Okay? What would they call the war? And I say they would call the war this. http:/www.com cat call. The cat against the dog. Because that's who we are. We're the dogs of the world living the cat's lives. The 9 lives were born on the 9th. We're living in the 8th heaven of the 7 God, of the 6th man, of the 5 ring bull angel spirit connection. The number between all is 5. Divide it up, change it, check it, rearrange it. You get half of it, you get 2.5 men. There you go. You got angel man, you got the angel spirit, you got the 2.5 men. 2.5 men, because the diamond in the deck of cards, it counts for 2.5. It's got a B at the bottom for life. It's got a B at the top for life. It's 1 and 1 is 2. On each side, it's got a sideways V, and it's extended. And because on the east and west side, it is extended, because it is the east 6, and it is the west 4, man and angel. So therefore, that makes up the 0.25, because man on this earth is only the heart, 0.25. That makes the diamond 2.5. Man and each of the other suits are 1.25. It'd be a total of 375 plus 2.5 is 625. The Mayan count, the last 3 numbers, 625. The 25 at the beginning, 0.25, 1/4, it's only one suit. How do you want to use it? The earth, the way the earth moves, 0.25 degrees every minute, 1,440 minutes a day, and the midway angels is 144,000, and they say God's world is 1,000 times. It's the same number. We're all the same numbers. Hello. If we're all believing or anything in God, hello, it's all the same numbers, you know. You want to dial out? You dial a 1. It's the spirit. You want to dial overseas? It's 11. It's the angel, man, and the spirit together. They're overseas. That's why you're dialing overseas, because they're over there. What numbers don't they put? What numbers do they put? Whatever they put, God set it up, one step at a time. Holy mac, what, you think it took them 9 hours to do this, 24 hours? Are you kidding? You said everything's a multiple. Okay, of God? It's crazy. Because when it's the other way around, holy Christ. Crazy. You like my little Chinese sign in the back? I'm going to start to learn how that's done, so then I can figure them out. Because they are the angels. Like I said in one of my cassettes before, the first 2 properties, they belong both to creation. They are the spirit, that is the creation, Mediterranean and Baltic. Then you get over to reading railroad, then you get to the spirit. That's where the connection is to go home. Take a ride on reading. If you're passed out, collect 200. Right away you can go home. Take your 200 home with you. Why the 200? Because it's the two, okay, worlds of beta, of O and O, 2 and 8, 4 and 6. Your angel, you came home to your angel, passing through the 5 connection. One angel went in the 5, you went in the 5, you both went in the 5. 55. Area 51. Why? Because 5 and 1 passed, and 5 and 1 passed. And it's the 1 dot on the dice. But it's the 5 position on your telephone keypad. Anyways, yeah. http://wwoof COMCATCOM. Woof. That's what they call it. Another thing I have to mention, Nuevo Laredo. If you look at the outline of the U.S. map, down in Texas, on one end they have a chicken, looks like a layer hen. She's a brown hen. I mean, there's no color, but I can see right through that. And then on the other end, there's a mouse near this place, Nuevo Laredo. Now, they put up the speed limit to 85 in the state of Texas. George Bush lives out there. Does he like to drive fast? There's a direct line from 85 means the number for matrix, and it's the number for silver. At the same time, there's a straight line going straight up towards Montana, also known for oil, also known for cattle ranch. Now, they made a song about cattle ranch, didn't they? Find out what that song means. I don't remember what it is, but find out about that song, Cattle Ranch, and you'll learn a story in there. I don't really have time to go there now. They passed through Colorado. Colorado fits with Colorado Springs. So springs are on a car, okay, a suspension in the mountains of God, because there's so many mountains out there. So there's an expression in it. And there's more than one spring out there. There's 2. So it starts with an S and it ends with an S. Just like on the Monopoly board, on the, I think the 12th one, I think that's States Avenue. And I'm not getting into Monopoly all the way yet. And my time is going to be up. They usually cut me 7 minutes, and I don't even know if I got this far. So, where was I? I'm a little lost. So what I'm going to show you is a design I made. Just for the... This is a dice cube. Okay? The 5. The one in the center is a 5 and an 8 together. The other one is the letter P. The one hole is in the dot center because it's open. The 2, you see the P is the... What other letter? What can I do? Okay? The only thing I can do is the letter O. The only thing that closes in the dots is the O letter. Okay? Everything else is an open space. You understand what I'm saying? That's the first initial... unless I just designed the letter C, because you see the letters in there. But this is basically how every letter was created, and the understanding for it. God put it to us right here. It's right on the dice. You see what doesn't go? What goes to make that first design on the first square is the O. It's not the X. It's the X-Man that goes in the O. And once the X-Man goes in the O, it's like a collar from a dog. We're here on the earth with the Spirit of God. We're connected by the 5 ring of the 22 of life. We run around like dollar signs, like the dog on Richie Rich, and we're always running after money. The comics aren't here to tell us what the future is all about. The comics are telling us the future. I said that twice, didn't I? Look at the 2-5, the 52. The word heart counts for 52. The 52 cards in a deck, the 52 weeks in a year. 22, what's the 22nd week in the year? January, February, March, April, May. It'll be in May. Let's say the second week in May. May 14th. Perfect. 2.5 months into the year. You ever think of what 2.5 months into the year brings you? January, February. It'll be March 14th. That'd be pretty funny. When's Easter? I want to know when Easter is. Because somewhere in March, just multiply it by 2.5 men like they do everything. It's all out there. They give us television shows. They tell us what it's about. And without even open the TV, we already know the whole show. Basic. It's general. I'm basic. And I'm general. And I'm not private. Because that's okay. Because if I don't share what I think I know, then it wouldn't be fair. And you choose whether I know or I don't. And it doesn't really matter what you think, as long as you had a good time. And everything went well. And you're smiling. And you can roll one up, or drink one down, or put your arm on your